We already created some JSP files as admin, update student, update question, and everything. But we need to create some more JSP files for everything. So update student contains some JSP like JSP files as add question with add question JSP. So let us see how we can create that part. Also this part also add question JSP here. Okay. So let us see student list first, which contain add student JSP. I will copy this for naming purpose only. Click new JSP. Then I'm mentioning the JSP file here with some default things I already told you about. There are some default things. So let me remove this part and let me remove this part also. So in one line. So it contains first add student JSP. So let me create one add student JSP here. So this is very important JSP, as you can see, add student, because it contains all things related adding the student using JSP. Okay, so what it contains, let us see. So I'm using the Java as my language. Let me change this and add students. Okay, so this contains this, and I'm enter student details with wild font face, nothing. Form action is basically OES controller student insert. So as you can see in the OES controller, I created student insert method. So it is the front end of that student insert part, you can see. So this is the front end of that student insert. If that message to like student is inserted or something, data is not inserted, I am printing this message here with this get parameter and out.print I'm using. So I already told you, I already mentioned the messages here. Message 1 is student added, message 2 is student is not added. So I'm printing this with red not added, 1 added for. This is the front end. For the similar thing, I'm going to create add instruction method or add instruction JSP. Again, similar thing, new JSP. So as you can see, we are using JSP more than this Java, but it's Java only because we are writing Java files inside JSP, or you can say HTML. So we are using HTML embedded with Java. So add instruction. Again, this title is add instruction. Add instructions with instruction insert JSP, and this adding just instruction with text. You can add instruction here which is append to the instruction list only if submitted. Read for that purpose, instruction is added, instruction is not added for that. For again, I need to create add instruction JSP also. So these all things are similar. Let me go with this add a question JSP. So this is adding the question. So we are done with adding part, adding JSP part. So some things are remaining which contains basically exam JSP result JSP for the deploying the result, and some demo JSP for that purpose. So let me create one exam JSP for examination frontend JSP exam finish. Okay. Okay. Let us deploy. We are done with our project now. So let us deploy this. For the deploying purpose, I deployed and tried already. So let me redeploy it again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here clean and build first. So we'll close this part. So before this, you should always check all the libraries are inside, like OJDBC14 for the database connection. Sometimes I also made mistake because I never added some list files, so it will throw the null pointer exception error. So now our build is successful. Now running our part. So as you can see, our Glassfish server is now deployed with this all things in milliseconds. So let us go to the Chrome browser, and you can see this part is done already. Now first let us go to the login part, and if I am using root or something here, it will print me the error, basically invalid username and password. So for this I know the password, this admin. So this is now our admin panel. Let me add one student, add or update. You can go to the back panel and you can check always. Let me add a student here first. Let me add name as John. User ID is J101. Password is I'm mentioning simple 1234. Register. Student added. Let me go to the home. You can add or update instruction. Now you can see there is no instruction here. Let me add one instruction here. Always be ethical. Add. Then I want to add one more. Answer all questions. That is done. Now if I go to add and update student again, you can see this is done. You can go to update student or you can delete that student also. And remember, this is starting from 0, so you can increment it already, but you have to check that for the code. Now you can see you can always be ethical, answer all questions here, or add or update student. Let me add a question here first. Question is Java is dot 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 higher level language. Or I can add some simple question. JSP means, let me add Java servlet pages, which is true option basically. Java server pages, wrong option. jQuery, jQuery S pages, D option is none. Correct option is A, we know. Now if you put done, why it is showing question is not added? Okay, so as you can see, we have to mention something here always. Okay, so let me add this part again. If you go to this and connection is successful is done, you can see there are too many values inside SQL exception. So I'm getting SQL exception. Let us check that first. What is SQL exception get I'm getting here is questions DAO. I'm getting DAO. Exception here 31 and 38. Okay, let me remove this because I made somewhere mistake. Deploying the quiz again. None. Done. So now we are done with this part. So let me check first why it's doing question 31 and 48. Okay, so it is showing me you are providing some more values less than this because 7, and what we have in question table is only 6 questions only. Okay, so we are adding some more extra things, questions and 4 options with correct option because okay, so let me do this first. Let me check, and what is 48 is here. Okay, let me run this again. So you may found some errors here also. Now you can see question in is added. If you go to the home page and if you can add an update question, you can see correct answer is this, and I'm going to back to the panel, and you can create a logout thing also here. So J101 and 1234 is our password for the student. I'm going to logout page again, and I'm going to exit. So once you exit, I'm going to student page now, which is basically student login method. Now our user ID I know J101, password is 1234. Let me log in this. So okay, student instruction JSP is not done. Okay, we are remaining with student instruction JSP. Let me create this is as fast as possible. Student instruction JSP. We are remaining with one JSP as I told you, student JSP, instruction JSP, because it should show the first student instruction JSP. Let me check student instructions. Okay, I will click finish. I told you like there are some errors while deploying this. Remember, you have to check each and everything before deploying. So as I told you, I am remaining with this first. Let me just create this. So this is very simple JSP. And let us check again. 1234 login. It is not redeployed. Okay. As I just created, let me redeploy it again, our server. So sometimes it takes time to deploy it all things. I will go fast in this. Okay. So let me go to the student login page. J101 1234 is our this and login. Student instructions. Okay, the thing is that I made some errors. Let me remove this first. Yes, why I made some errors is our file name is this. Let me copy this because I haven't include this file inside this. Then let me do this new JSP, finish. Let me remove this part. So as I told you, you have to always remember, create all files you mentioned. And let me redeploy my server. I will click this, reload. Now you can see, welcome John, always be ethical, our instructions. If I put start test here, you can change, or you can see your options also, and 54, 58. Now if I put Java servlet pages, submit, total questions is total wrong correct answers, John user ID, our result is printing. So this is all about how we created our pages and student login. So this is very simple. If I go to again, and if I'm printing 1 2 3 4 start test, I'm going to create and starting this query again. If I put his jQuery SQL pages and this wrong answer, this correct answer is 0 and it's printing the all things. So this is very simple thing. You can add more and more questions here, but as I told you,